Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to recover the Heal Vindicator support build for World vs World. This build in the latest weeks received smaller nerfs, but I want to cover if this build is still worth running, and also I want to introduce the newest weapon for the Herald, for the Vindicator and for the Revenant, and of course also for the Renegade, which is the Scepter in the main hand, which is a support weapon by the way, and it has also a nice melee range, and it applies some barriers and some very nice might and fury and so on. So let's get into it and let's see if this build is still worth playing. Let's start from the role of this build. This build is probably the best healing build possible in World vs World in terms of pure sheer healing, but if you need overall supports, resistance and also Condi cleanses, most importantly, since also the meta became more towards Condi. I'm still not sure about this Condi meta, but many people are running Celestial and they are spamming conditions. They are not used to do damage, but they are used to debilitate your enemy, so they have weakness, immobilize, cripple, chill and so many other conditions that are very hard to deal with if you don't have a lot of Condi cleanses. So this class doesn't provide a lot of Condi cleanses. It has okay Condi cleanses, but it's really outshined by a lot from Scrapper, for example, or Support Tempest, which by the way will get buffs in the latest patch, in the next patch. So if you want Condi cleanses, this build is probably not for you, but in terms of pure healing, this is the best you can get. The build uses Invocation, Salvation and Vindicator as trait lines. Here on Invocation we have Cleansing Channel, invoking a legend removes a condition, and also this one is okay if you want. Gain stability and heal yourself when you break stuns. This only applies on yourself, and the same goes for Cleansing Channel. So these are two switchable options, you can choose between these. Then we have this trait, Spirit Boon, invoking a legend grants boons to nearby allies based on the legend that was involved. We run Ventari and Legendary Alliance, so we will have Legendary Alliance giving us vigor to us and to our allies, and also Ventari will give us and our allies regeneration. So it's nice to have. Here we get some energy when we break stun, and then we have Charged Mists, which is a very important trait I will cover later when I explain the commentary, but still I can tell you already from now, invoking a legend while at or below the energy threshold grants extra energy to your new legend. So basically if we are, for example, on this upkeep level, you see I'm slowly going towards 10. If we are 10 or below 10 and we invoke a new legend, the new legend will have 75 energy instead of 25. Let's see if I manage to get to it. I am in combat, I press this and you see 75 instead of 50 like you normally would get when you swap legends. Keep in mind this trait because I will tell about it a lot in the next minutes when I explain the commentary. So Charged Mists. Then we have Salvation. We have this minor trait, the end of your dodge roll heals nearby allies, and this is very nice, especially combined to this other trait on the Vindicator trait line. Then we have Eluding Nullification. The end of your dodge roll removes a condition from nearby allies, so we dodge. Free Condi removal for everyone. Then gain healing power and also concentration based on a portion of healing power, very nice to have. Here we get Fortified Blessing, grant protection when you remove a condition from an ally. So each time we remove a condition, meaning that also dodges will remove conditions, and also some other skills, for example the skill 4 from the staff and some utility skills I will cover in a bit. We will also grant protection to those allies we remove a condition from. So this is basically perma protection because we have a lot of Condi cleanses. I know I said this build doesn't have a lot of Condi cleanses, but it's compared to other secondary supports, for example Druid, Scrapper and Tempest, but still this class has a lot of Condi cleanses, even if it is inferior to those classes I just mentioned. Then we have Serene Rejuvenation, increase healing to other allies, 15% effectiveness increased. Legendary centaur skills apply boons in an area. So you see I summon my tablet. This one will provide regeneration in an area. This one will provide protection. Sorry, swiftness, not protection. This one will provide vigor, and this one will provide resistance, which is huge. Then we have Generous Abundance. Heal allies around yourself when using a legend skill. Heal allies around Bentari's tablet when using a legendary centaur skill. You see centaur skill healing like 941, which is a lot. Each time we spam our tablet skill from the skill 7 to the skill 0, we will get this additional healing, because why not? This trait just says so, so it's good to have. In the Vindicator trait line, we run Amnesty of Xingjia. We will provide regeneration in an area around us whenever we use a skill from 6 to 0. Then we have Anxian Trust, Energy Meld no longer has an energy cost and grants energy when used in combat. So basically this thing normally will cost you 10 energy, but with this trait it will cost no energy, and also it will grant you 25 energy, which is a lot. Imagine you are in combat, you are swapping to your new legend with this trait, so you get to 75 energy. Then you can press F2 to get another 25. This only works in combat, by the way. You can only go above 50 energy while you are in combat, so I will explain later how it works. So this is the best trait here. Free energy, and energy is very needed, especially when you are inventory. Then we have this one, gain increased power while above the health threshold, and gain increased healing power when below it. Okay, hopefully we are not below 50% health threshold. And then we have this trait, it changes our dodge to this jump, and at the end of this jump we will heal allies for like 600, and also barrier for 600. And also for 6 seconds we will get this boon on us, which will increase the healing towards our allies by 10%. So this is very good to have on this class, because we heal a lot and any healing modifier is welcome. The gears are very easy to cover. Everything is minstrel, meaning that you have toughness, vitality, healing power and concentration. Superior rune of the monk, because it's the best healing option. We will heal a lot. We don't provide a lot of boons for example like other classes, so we don't really need more boon duration. We need the healing. Then Scepter and Shield and Staff. Everything is minstrel still. On the Scepter, superior sigil of transference. On the Shield, superior sigil of energy. Then on the Staff, superior sigil of life and superior sigil of energy. Instead of life, you could also, like for example, superior sigil of benevolence, which is more healing, but that healing doesn't count towards the barrier, because it's not healing, but it's like healing percentage, and the barriers are not affected by healing percentages. It's only affected by healing power, and this is why I run superior sigil of life. We don't have a lot of barriers, but still I have the skill 3, which provides barriers, and also our dodges are barrier. Even if they are not a lot of barrier, I think it's worth it to run life instead of benevolence, but it's up to you. Every trinket is minstrel, and we run Relic of the Monk for additional healing, 10% healing increase to other allies whenever we apply a boon on our allies. If you feel like you would need more Condi cleanses, you could go, for example, for the superior relic of the antitoxin. Whenever we apply a Condi cleanse on our ally, we will remove another Condi, so we will cleanse 2 conditions instead of 1, and this effect has a 10-second cooldown per ally. So this is why it's not the meta choice, because it has an internal cooldown. The main news on this build is that we can run Scepter, because it was added with Secrets of the Obscure like 2 or 3 months ago, if I remember correctly. And previously we ran Mace, because the skill 3 provided 3 skill blasts, so we could run Relic of Caracosa, and each blast was a big AoE heal, like 2k for each blast, and we have 2 stacks of this skill, and each stack will provide 3 blasts. But this skill was nerfed, so we just have 1 blast now on this skill, and it's not worth running anymore. We have the Scepter, and I will explain the skills. So basically the auto attack is consists basically in 3 chains, 1, 2 and 3, and the third chain is a bit slower, but it will provide a barrier AoE around you. It's not really worth it because it's so slow, and we should be doing other stuff while we are in combat with our allies. Of course, we should provide the heals with the utility skills and not auto-attacking with this skill. Then we have the skill 2, which I would recommend using on allies, because you can use it on allies or enemies. You press it, and then at the end it will detonate, and it will apply barrier AoE. The cooldown is kinda low, so it's kinda decent to have. Then we have the skill 3, which provides a lot of might and fury. You see, you press it, you form this tether, might, and then might and fury, and if you press it again, you will teleport to your ally and provide like 3k and a half of barrier, which is very good to have. The cooldown is not high, as you can see, 12 seconds. So the only downside of these two skills, the skill 2 and the skill 3, is that you gotta target an ally, but you can solve this. There is an option in your control options, which is called set personal target. This is like a target, not like this one, which is Ctrl T, which is the target you set for your party, but otherwise you can go for this one. I binded it with Ctrl plus Z, set personal target. You see this orange thingy is basically the target I only see, only me will see this, so I will not annoy my ally with this. So you are, for example, in combat, you want to heal this guy, you can maybe select it manually with your cursor, but it's not really the best. Otherwise, you can go for take personal target. You just press, for example, Z, as I put here. So I am running around, I press Z, I immediately target him, I press my skill 3, and then after some seconds I can teleport to them and apply barrier in an AoE, not only to them. So it's very good to have, and also it will apply might and fury AoE. And keep in mind that you should not press it before the tether is done. You see, if you press it now, you will just interrupt it, and you will not teleport to your ally, and you will not provide fury, might, and the barrier, most importantly. So what I would recommend to do is set personal target, and you choose a button, and then take personal target and you choose another button. For example, I have already, normally every person who starts Guild Wars 2 has take the target on the Ctrl T, and then if you want to have the target like you are walking, you don't know where the target is, you press T and you immediately select the target. This is the same for this one, which is our personal target, and it's only for us. No one will see this target, only ourselves. So we are fighting here, for example, I press Z and then skill 3, then I keep fighting, maybe I teleport to my ally, and it's very easy to have. Usually you should be doing this, the Ctrl Z part, at the start of the fight, or maybe if you see your ally is dying a lot. Most of the time I did this on the commander, because the commander goes in front alone and is very susceptible to damage. So I do this, I stay behind, I pulse might and fury on him, he goes in front, maybe he's dying, I immediately teleport to him, barrier, and then I heal him, and then I keep dodging, I give barrier to him, I swap to Ventari, I use every skill. So basically this target will stay on the target for all the time you need, and not only for the fight. Also, if you wipe, for example, and you take the waypoint, this personal target will keep staying. On the shield we have the skill 4, which applies a big heal in an AoE, and also protection and ages, and is unblockable, of course. Low energy cost, low cooldown, very good to have. And then we have the skill 5, which is probably the worst skill on this weapon set. You just channel this block, which will pulse healing to you and your allies. It's kinda good, but it costs 20 energy, 25 seconds cooldown, which is a lot, and also it locks you in place for 3 seconds. So in my opinion, keep this 20 of energy you see here for other skills. If you see your allies are almost dead and you have nothing else left and you have the energy, use this one, but otherwise, unless it's not an emergency case, you shouldn't be using this. Anyway, keep in mind that this skill is a 3 seconds block, so if you are in a bad situation and you are about to die, you could use to survive and block everything. Let's go to the staff. The staff auto attacks is very similar to the scepter one. The last chain will not apply barrier, but it will apply healing. The staff is much faster, but it has not the same cleave range as the scepter. So auto attack is kinda bad even on the staff. I mean, it's good, but you have many other skills to use during a fight. The skill 2 deals damage, provides some healing, weakness, and so healing increase when we hit an enemy. This skill will hit enemies and it will heal allies, and the healing will be bigger if we hit an enemy. The skill 3 is a block, channeled block, similar to the skill 5 on the shield, is used to survive, 2 seconds block, channeled block. The skill 4 is an AoE healing, and also it will remove 2 conditions from allies. It's very good to have, low cooldown, and one of your only condi removal in your weapon set. And then we have the skill 5, which is an evade for like 1.5 seconds, and also it's a big CC. You should be using this to cross enemies. For example, you are double dodging into them. Instead of dodging, you use this and you will cover the distance without wasting your dodges, which you need to heal and to apply barrier and to remove conditions and to apply protection and many other things you can do with your dodges. And also with this, instead of double dodging, you will provide a lot of CCs on the enemies. You see, they are 9 hits total, and each hit will hit 3 targets. So very strong. Then we have the F2, which is a unique mechanic on the Vindicator. You press it, you get endurance and energy, and this only works if you are in combat. Let's get in combat with these golems. They are really evil. Okay, you see, I press F2 and I immediately get 25 energy, which I can spend to use my skills. And as you can see, the skills on the Ventari tablet, they are pretty expensive in energy terms. So 30 energy, 20 energy with 2 seconds cooldown, so you really need a lot of energy to spam this skill. Then on the Legendary Alliance stance, we will have the blue skills almost all the time. Unless you are dying, you need dodges, you press the F3 and you dodge away, for example, with this one. Otherwise, all the time we will be staying in the blue one, which is the Alliance tactics used to heal. So this is basically a channeled empower, which you can use also while moving. It's very similar to the skill 4 from the staff of the Guardians. You can move around and you will pulse these healings around. Then we have 3 song, grant regeneration and cleanse conditions from allies in the targeted area, healing them for each condition removed, gain endurance for each affected ally and gain additional endurance for each conditions removed. So you will remove 3 conditions from 5 allies, so maximum 15 conditions, and you will get endurance per each condition and per each ally, and also apply regeneration and a big healing like 1k without modifiers, 1k per condition removed. This is huge. In fact, the energy cost is pretty high, 25. The cooldown is 5 seconds, is kinda low. This is your best skill in this legendary stance. So the other 2 skills are kinda skippable, maybe, but this one is your bread and butter. You need to press it all the time. Then, okay, we have Battle Dance. I was joking, it's not skippable. You can use it to engage, for example. You are about to go there. You press it, you evade backwards, you evade of course, which is important, and also apply regeneration and resistance to allies. Resistance is very needed. This class cannot provide a lot of resistance, so this is one of your sources of resistance. Here we have a stun break AoEs for your allies. The energy cost is very high, 30, so keep in mind about using it. It's kinda maybe unnecessary many times because we have the Firebrand to stun break. But if you see an ally which is getting stunned, press it, so you will break stun for him and also get stability and protection. Then we have the Urn of the Saint Victor. You press it and you start getting some damage on yourself and you cannot be healed, and also you will get 50% less damage on you from enemies, and you will pulse healing to your allies, and if you press it again you will drop this urn and it will grant boons based on the energy level. Now, for example, I will provide resistance because I am below the energy level I just showed you. If you are below, oh sorry, not energy level, is health level, sorry. If you drop the urn while you are below 75 health, you will provide regeneration in an area. If you drop the urn while you are below 50% health, you will provide protection. If you are below 25% health, you will provide resistance. So it's kinda risky to provide resistance with this one, but still, if you manage to do it because 6 seconds of resistance is no joke. As you can see, Urn of Saint Victor will deplete your energy by 2 per second because it's -7, so you cannot generate any energy during this time, but this one is very used to go, for example, below 10 energy, and if we swap legend after we are below 10 energy, we will get 25 more energy in the new legend when we swap to it. So you use it, you are sure you are below 10, press F1 again, and then we are at 75, so this is very good to use it. On the Ventari legendary centaur stance, we have this tablet we can summon and move it around in the world, and the tablet will pulse its skills around it. So we have Purifying Essence, which is very similar to the tree song we just saw, applies healing per conditions removed, regeneration, conditions removed, you press it, AoE heal and condi removal. Then we have Protective Solace, you press it, and we have this tablet which basically heals and provides a shield, from projectiles. It's good, but you see it will deplete your energy, so be wary about it. Then we have Natural Harmony, it's your biggest healing skill, you press it, you heal for like 5k, maybe even more with the modifiers. It costs a bit of energy, 20 energy, but the cooldown is very low, 2 seconds, and it's kinda ridiculous. You can really spam your skill Purifying Essence and Natural Harmony during the tablet when you are inventory stance, because their cooldown is so low, so this is why we need a lot of energy, especially with the F2 and the Charged Mists trait. And then we also have Energy Expulsion. You press it and the tablet will explode, and it will provide both AoEs and also healing and condi removal and a knockdown on the enemies. The first time you summon your tablet to the world, the next skill will be Empowered. You see, this one will remove an additional condition when empowered. This one will apply protection. This one will provide endurance 15 and also healing increase by 25. And this one will provide stability in an AoE and be a combo finisher blast. So let's say we summon the tablet, our next skill is Empowered. We can use, for example, the skill Natural Harmony for additional healing. Now the next skill will not be Empowered. How do we empower our next skill? We need to destroy the tablet with Energy Expulsion. The tablet is destroyed, and then we summon it again, and our next skill is Empowered again. Nice fight to comment, and it was taken last night. There was like 3 blobs fighting each other, so it's kinda laggy sometimes. Sometimes you will see I press skills but they don't cast, so please be nice in the comments, don't insult me. I'm not slow, just the skill lag was insane. Okay, let's start. Always start from your Ventari stance because it's your best stance. Just swap to the other one when you have nothing left, no energy left. Okay, let's see it. We have the tablet around, I jump around, you see the barrier. At this point I use my skill 3 on the commander, you see, and also the skill 4 for Aegis and healing and protection. Then we move around, jump, you see the tether is now done, and I can press the skill 3 again from the Scepter, and I do it, and the teleport to the commander and provide like 3k barrier on him. Then I use my F2 for additional energy, jump around, move your tablet with you, always move your tablet with your Zerg with the skill 6, reposition the tablet all the time, and then you spam your skill to remove the condition, it's on my Q, and then we have on the skill E, I have the healing skill, and as you can see, the skill Q and the skill E will be almost all the time on cooldown and used and spammed by me. You see, 2 seconds cooldown. Then at this point, this was a bad swap because I was not below 10 level of energy, so I cannot benefit from the Charged Mist trait. I get 50 energy, I swap immediately, I use my stun break here and also stability because I was stunned and I couldn't use any skill. And then immediately 3 song, which is on my skill queue, to remove conditions and heal allies. Skill 3 again on the commander. I use my Urn of Saint Victor. You see the energy is slowly depleting. At this point I should swap. Okay, I have 75 energy. This was a nice swap to benefit from the Charged Mist trait. Tablet, let's keep the tablet following us and use your skill Q, this one, I don't remember the name, sorry, to remove conditions. Always keep an eye on your party right up here, and if they have conditions, you'll use this skill. If they don't have condition, or if they prioritizing needing healing, you should be using this one, which is the skill E. Skill 4 again, skill E, dodging, skill E and skill Q. And then skill 5, you see I had really not much left and it was a good situation to use it, but still maybe I could have used just my skill E. Then you jump around with your dodges. I swapped, another bad swap. I'm really bad Vindicator, I think, but I blame the lag. Okay, Urn of Saint Victor. Okay, a good swap. Keep following with the tablet. Use your 2 skills, one to remove condition and one to heal. Use your F2 to get additional energy so you can spam your skills more. At this point we are getting stunned. I swap to Legendary Alliance, 3 song, Urn of Saint Victor to pulse healing around me. I am very low in energy now. Skill 3. Then I swap to Ventari. 3k barrier AoE with the skill 3 used again. And at this point we are losing the fight. And the fight is over. This was all for today's video. Let me know in the comments if you still play this build, even if I see it's not really popular anymore, but it still really works. Some guilds run it, it's very strong, the healings are just insane. I'm very curious about the new West Tempest build, which will come up on the 25th of June with the patch. So thanks again for watching, please leave a like and subscribe, and see you on to the next video. Have a great night, bye bye.